It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions, and it comes your way next.
Call it Motown, call it the Motor City. To Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Oates, we're getting set for kickoff in here. Partner, I'm really focused on the start of this game. Both teams emphasize what happens here right at the jump.
And that's why so many of these teams spend so much time all week, Mike, on what they call their opening script. It's not just a series of plays that they like and they just kind of throw darts at the wall. It's how do you unmask the defense? How do you set up future plays and future possessions as the game unfolds? So much time and energy is spent on these first couple drives. I'm with you. I'm excited to see how do they come out, how aggressive, and where do they think the weaknesses of their opponent lie.
The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, puts it on the tee. And off we go from Ford Field. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
He spent a lot of time, Mike, over these last couple days speaking to the media, and the thing that jumped out to me was just how confident he was in his team's preparation ahead of today's game. Now, only time will tell or not whether it makes a difference, but if his confidence is any indication of how they're going to perform, this could be a tough team to beat.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
When we met with these coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. He'll go right back to Laporta.
Seemed to me, Mike, before that ball was even snapped, the quarterback had already made up his mind. I'm throwing the ball to the tight end no matter what the look is, and he's counting on the big body picking up the rest after the catch, and even though he's able to secure the ball, nice job by the defense keeping him short of the sticks.
Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by their rookie quarterback out of Ole Miss.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they're going to get him down right at the 25.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. He's going to keep it himself. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Lions have got it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, but it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
The Lions offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll start with a short field, looking for the first points of this contest, and they'll begin 1st and 10. Goff to throw. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. That lane closed quickly, and here comes 3rd down. Goff. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Giants offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. To Robinson, he's got it. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll run with Tracy. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
They motion a receiver right. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Back to the air once more on second down. That is brought in. And he will get into the end zone. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Giants.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession one. What are you going to do in response on possession two? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. He's got it. And the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On first down, it's Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On second down, it's Gibbs. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Now Goff. He's going to take a shot down the field. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up fourth down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Giants offense ready for this next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. In motion, it's Robinson. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. On the zone read, a give to Tracy. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Down at the 12. It's first and 10. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. He's down inside the 10. A gain of 4. Here comes third and 6. He'll look to throw. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, New York. The tight end using the middle of the field. I got a tight end next to me who's caught 60 NFL touchdowns, knows how to operate down in those spaces.
And that was my favorite place to operate, Mike. I always had this rule, the closer you got to the middle of the field, the worse they got at defending the pass. So that's where I wanted to work, and that's where this guy was working and leads himself to a touchdown.
Extra point by Gano is up and good. We are through 1. It's the Giants leading this one early. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Reynolds now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score, as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. Going for it all. And that is incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small, and oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Open man, it's Jamison Williams. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
He'll get this one complete to St. Brown.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They hand it to Gibbs. Now a loose football. One of the Giants has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Second down and 8. To throw is Goff. A throw complete to Tim Patrick. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Throwing on second down, Goff. He'll get this to his tight end, Laporta. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
2nd and 7. Goff to throw. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Goff to throw on first down. This one caught by Patrick. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A second down throw for Goff. Catch is made by Wright. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Lions get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. Eric Gray to return it. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. They'll come up here on second down and 5. On the give, it's Tracy. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Two minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. Here's a third down and 4. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And this one is intercepted. It's DJ Reed. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you, and sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Goff. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
The Giants offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. On the ground, here's Tracy. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up. The Giants sending out their punter. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. Whoa! And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Lions offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this 1st half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. Here's the 3rd and final timeout for the Lions. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now, Goff. He'll look underneath and finds Gibbs. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
That one intercepted. Picked off by Javon Holland. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. So they make the decision on fourth down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick six.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on fourth down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
Gano on to add the extra point. And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. Right away, they'll set up to throw. A short one there to Bellinger. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Now it's Tracy looking to run. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. Here's third down and a few inches. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And that's going to be enough to move the chains. First down, up past the 35.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. Uh-oh. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A carry here for Tracy. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will have a Giants first down, I do believe. He gets it by about a yard on 3rd and 3.
These are the plays that are just crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the first down with his legs, and now you got to defend a fresh set of downs.
He's got his man, that's Slayton. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. He'll work forward for a couple. Kirby Joseph there to make the play. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. And it's a great example why.
And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. Reynolds now on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. Here's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them. With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Throwing now from the gun. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Giants sending out their punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Lions offense ready to take over possession of the football. Greg, simply put, they've been off their game right from the jump.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just the way the game goes, and you can't really put your finger on it, but you feel good coming out of the week of practice. You feel really good about your game plan, and then once the ball's kicked off, nothing seems to work, and it's very frustrating because you can look great one week, and then the next week be completely taken out of your game.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Goff. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. He's going to let this one go deep. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On first down, it's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
On second down, Goff. He's got it at the 3. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
They'll go again from the 3. It is second and goal. Here's a run with their tight end. And he will take right. Touchdown, Lions.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions are able to cut into the deficit. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this 3rd quarter has come to an end. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
All these stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game. But the defense can make as many stops as they want, Mike. This game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field.
Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Goff to throw. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On play action, Goff. No chance at all. He'll go down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
It is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. And that is incomplete. Paulson and Evo, the good coverage. Gets his hand in there to knock it away.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock, and without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Here's a 2nd and 6. In motion, it's Robinson. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
He'll get this out wide. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Oh, he's going to be very close. It depends on the mark. But he is short. They've held him on 4th down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They'll start from their own 4. Not a lot of room for error back here. It's 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. He's to the 35. Look at him go! Inside the 10. And he is gone. 96 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
And now they'll go with the more popular of late analytics-driven decision, down 8, going for 2. That is caught, and they get the 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Slayton is the man in motion. Now, faking the give. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up first downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. He'll get this out to the left flat. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Handoff here, up the middle, and they'll take this down inside the 35. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. Here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Here now, 3rd and 5. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Open man, that's Slayton. A pickup of 14 as he takes it to the 14.
And after that 1st down throw, Mike, it's really a deflating moment of the defense. They understood the urgency of getting off the field and getting the ball back to their offense. Here we are under 2 minutes in a 1-possession game.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So a road win here for the Giants. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.